Hey guys, I'm Jacob Hager, and today I'm going to teach you how to install your thule roof rack. So the first thing, you got to figure out what car you have. I have an 04 Jetta. So basically the reason you need to know that is because you need to know what fit kit and shoes you need. Right here, those are the shoes on the left and the fit kit is in the box on the right. So I'm going to take them out of the box and show you. So the foot's the thing that says thule on it, the fit kit is the little bracket and the rubber plate. Alright, so you can pull all of them out, lay them all out. Okay, so here's the shoe. You're going to open up the side of the shoe, and this is where you're going to put your fit kit in. You're going to take your bracket and point these toward the shoe. There's going to be a little clip inside the shoe that when you push this up into there, it's going to clamp right in, and then a piece of plastic is going to come over to lock it into place. And then this is the rubber shoe on the bottom. You just kind of press this into place. It's fairly easy. Alright, now you have your whole shoes laid out with all the rubbers on the bottom of them. Then you want to pull out the bars. Alright, now to put the shoe on the bar, there's this little clamp back here. You're just going to lift it up, and then you can put the shoe right on top of the bar. And then you just clamp it down and it locks in place. It should be on there pretty snug. Alright, now you can put your end cap on. It didn't fit for me one way, but I turned it around and it seemed to go on easier that way, so I just hit it into place from there. These rubber things, one is a bigger end. You're going to want to make sure both of those are pointing at the same way. So the bigger end, you want them both on the same side. Now, the next thing you want to do is you want to unhook the things so that they're loose onto the bar so that you can slide them. You want to make sure that this rubber piece right here, the bigger end, is going to go on the more curved part of your car. They're set specifically for your car, but since my front end lowers a little bit, that's where it goes so that it keeps it level. So you want to extend these as far to the ends as you can, just so it gives you a little room to play with. Then you're going to put them inside the rain gutter. There should be clamps on your car. If not, if you have your own bars. So right here I'm just pulling the rain gutter back, and those are the bolts for where I put the bracket. So now to put that in, you're going to have to loosen the screw a little bit and then push it down. Now I had a problem with this, so I had to take the fit kit off and hit it into place with the jacket I had in my car. And then it should lock into place. And then you can put the shoe over top of it, press it down, and then lock it how you had it before. And then you want to tighten it down. And to make it easier, you can tighten it on both sides, because this will happen if you tighten one side down. It'll just pop right out of the thing. I had that trouble a couple times, but then I figured out if I tighten them both evenly, it won't pop off. Alright, next thing is it comes with this little tape measure. You want to measure to make sure the bar is equal on both sides. I measured a little bit, but I mainly just eyeballed it. And I had to use this because the bar doesn't slide very easily. Alright, so now once you got your bars centered, you're good to go. And you just put your end caps back on. And again, I had to smack those into place as well. Alright, now here's where you put the rack on top of the bars. The one I have is the big mouth. Alright, so first you need this plate, and you drop these screws into the plate, and then slide them in the bottom track of the rack. And then right behind it, it's a clamp. It's kind of like a rollerblade strap. You just put that right on the bottom as well. There's a little pin on the bottom that slides right in. And now you can put your caps on the end, and then set it on the roof. Alright, now you can slide these pins over to make them go over top of the bars. Place the rack where you want it. Now you can put the other plate underneath and through the bolts, and then you take your screws, or you take the nut, and you tighten them on. Next, you want to take your bracket, put your bracket in through the front. You're going to push it against so that it's touching the front bar. And then this is your lever to tighten it down. You're just going to push that little pin through. Once the screw's through, you can twist this onto it. It's a little bit tricky, but once you get it going, it goes smoothly. You just tighten it up and then press it down to lock it in place. Alright, the next part is your windscreen. This is not necessary. You can run with one or you don't have to. I did it. It's supposed to reduce noise. I don't know if I see a difference because I didn't run it without at first. But basically what you want to do is you want to take these little rubber feet thing and push them into these holes. And you're going to do that for all 4 of them. Then you're going to take this bracket up here, press it into the 2 holes, and then you're going to take your pins, after you have them set, you're going to press them in just to lock them into place. Then you're going to take the side pieces, press those. I started at the top and made it easier, and the same thing, you use the same pins to push that in so it locks into place. Right, these brackets are directional, so you want to make sure this side's on top and this side's on the bottom. So you're going to press it and lock it into this pivot part. It's a little tricky with one hand, but with 2 it's very easy. Now you're going to take this part and clamp it onto the little ball at the end. Make sure that part's facing up. Once it's stuck on there, the way to hold it down is you put a little screw in, and at the other end you have another nut, and you just tighten it down. You don't need it too tight, just enough so that it's not going to pull off. Alright, so that's your end of your windscreen. Now you just have to put it on. Now it's fairly easy. These clamps right here, sorry this is a bad shot, but these clamps right here just clip right over top of the bar, and the rest of it just sits down in the car. This is the only part that actually locks in. And it's fairly easy, but again, with one hand it's tricky. Now the last part, I'd recommend getting yourself a good set of locks, because you're going to want to lock the bars to your car, and then there's also locks for the bike rack itself. So you use the master key, put it in the lock, and this is what sets the lock into place. Just like this, you're going to put it in. There's kind of a pattern on there that shows you which way goes in first. And then you turn it and pull the key out. And then your other key should be able to lock it. If not, you just have to push it in a little further. So now to put it up, you want to unstrap the clamps. You're going to set your wheels into the base. You're going to open up the arm and press it over top of the frame. Roll the bike forward. You might have to roll it back at first and then just clamp the arm down. Then you want to strap the straps on the tire. You may have to move them so that they reach your tire because your bike might be a different length. And there you are. Your bike rack's done. Thanks for watching.
And it don't take a lot of back talk to push me into flaming them. Like that little Damien. Block 19 to my motherfucking cranium. Gang like gun toting motherfucker. Cause in the grave thought Biggie was a sucker.